Hi, this is Brian Crawford with New Mexico Dream House. Today I wanted to talk about a HUD-1. A HUD-1 in layman's terms would be a settlement statement. How much money you bring into the closing table, how much money are you coming away from the closing table with. And a full accounting for all the expenses involved in buying or selling a house. So without further ado, let's just get started. So the top section is pretty simple. You know, it covers the type of loan, the lender's address, that sort of thing. It's strictly informational, but you'll be able to tell the address of the seller, of the lender, what your focused settlement date is, that's closing date. On the left-hand column, it's the summary of the borrower's transaction. So at the very top, you have what is the contract sell price? Is the house selling for $200,000? Well, it's selling for $200,000. It's not as simple as just saying $200,000. You might have a personal property transaction in there, and that's box 102. So if we were going to go to box 100, that's basically the gross amount due from the borrower, the total amount that the borrower is bringing. It covers things like contract sales price, personal property, specific settlement charges, and I'll get to that in a second, city, county, state taxes, special assessments, and then it gives you a gross due amount from the borrower. That's typically more than the contract price on the borrowing side. And there is a line on here. It's pretty easy to read if you just go line by line. On section 103, it says charges to borrower, line 1400. Well, what is line 1400? Line 1400 is a summary of the transactions in the left-hand column of page 2 of your HUD-1 settlement statement. And I know it seems confusing, but that's a more thorough accounting of all the dollars and cents involved in selling your house. So in the very top box, box 700, you'll have the total amount of commission that you're paying your real estate professional. So make sure that that is reflective of your contract with them. Items payable in connection with loans. Loans are not free, typically. Typically they roll the expenses, the closing costs into the loan, or you pay those closing costs up front. Very rarely are they free or no cost. So it shows your origination costs, credit or charge of points to buy the specific rate down. Adjusted origination charges, appraisal fees. It covers all of that in box 800, all the items associated with your loan. Now box 900 are items required by the lender to be paid in advance. That's your home insurance. Typically they'll want you to open an escrow account with 1 year of homeowner's insurance in that account. It's called an escrow account. As well as the taxes. They'll want a year of taxes in that account to start with. And when your taxes come due, they actually draw directly from your escrow account, and the lender, you pay those, but it's incorporated in your homeowner's payment. So that goes into an escrow account. Typically, your bank will distribute that from an escrow account. So those prepaids are going to be right here, or reserves as they call them. Now, title charges. That's what is here in Farmington, we only have one title company, that's Sun One Title. What are they charging you? You know, title services, title insurance, settlement or closing fees, lender's title insurance, owner's title insurance, borrower's title insurance, certain aggregate adjustments. You'll want to pay attention to that. What are you getting charged for? And if you have questions about this, your local title person will be able to answer those questions about what that covers. And government recording and transfer fees. Yes, the government records deeds for us. They don't do that for free. They do charge for that. Here in San Juan County, it's a nominal fee of about $30 for an e-recording. Additional settlement fees, that's anything that's not exhaustively listed before. Now you add all of these expenses, you have a left and a right column. Is it a borrower's expense? Is it a seller's expense? You total all of those items into this bottom box. And what you do from there is you enter those in on page 1. Page 1, your total amounts on the buyer side, it's here in box 103. On the seller side, it's here in box 502. All of that, you have the gross sell amount, and then most of these will be subtracting all the way along, and then you get your total amount that you're getting back at the closing table as a seller. As a borrower, what is the total amount due from the borrower, including loan amounts and everything like that? So that's how you read the first 2 pages of a HUD-1. This is a standardized government form that your lender should be giving you upon close. Everybody signs one of these. Here's the page that I think is really interesting, and that I haven't seen a lot of people focus on. This is page 3. This is a comparison of your good faith estimate from your lender and your HUD-1 charges. So you can see at the very end of the transaction, how accurate were they? Most lenders that I've seen will actually overestimate on their good faith estimates so that when you come to the closing table, you're not negatively surprised, you have a bit of a positive surprise and typically your fees will be lower than your good faith estimate. So that's how you read a HUD-1. Really, the boxes that you want to pay particularly close attention to are going to be this bottom line. And as for us, it's always the bottom line. Line 303, to or from borrower. If you're the buyer of that property, are you bringing this cash to the table or walking away with it? As the seller, are you bringing cash? Are you upside down in your home? Do you have to write a check to sell your house? Or are you getting a check at the end? Those are the lines to pay particularly close attention to. As you can see, we have screenshots along the way. If you go to our website, to our blog, we actually have the most updated HUD-1s on here, and we'll link to those so you can check them out at any time. Thanks for watching.